What's the worst get well gift on the internet?
Welcome to Good Mythical More. I hope you're feeling well today.
But if you're not, maybe something that we're going to show is going to make you feel a little bit better. Or maybe not, because I think we've got some stuff that's not great.
Mm-hmm. These are things that you can buy to give to someone to just, it's one thing to show up when somebody's sick. It's another thing to give them a piece of crap that says get better, you know? And if they're contagious, you don't want to be there for it. So maybe this, what is that, a candle?
This is a candle. I think. I haven't opened it yet, but
okay, open it. Be careful now.
Yes.
Because it could be one of those like snakes that pops out.
It doesn't smell like a hospital.
Why, if they're in a hospital, why would you want to
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Double up on hospital smell?
But it does say, they say God only gives what you can handle. Apparently God thinks you are a badass.
Oh. I think this is,
That means that
biblical?
God's giving you a lot. It's giving you a lot.
I think there's a Bible verse that goes along with this.
Really?
God won't give you more than you can handle?
No, I think that I don't think that.
I think it's extra biblical.
Yeah, I think that's extra biblical. You're right, Link. I'm not good at comforting people who are sick. Can we talk about that? Because this might be a new way for me. One of the things that I have realized is that when people are not feeling well, especially if they're in a hospital, and I think I maybe talked about this before, but Jessie she's so good at it that I just kind of depend on her. I'm like, well, I'm going with her, and like, I've tried to get better at it.
When she goes to a hospital, visit somebody, is she one of those crawl in the hospital bed with them?
No. What are you talking about? That's only in the movies, man.
I've crawled in a hospital bed with somebody.
Well, I mean, that's like somebody who's maybe
if they're a close relative,
like a relative who's dying or something.
Well, not dying.
Crawl into the I don't.
If they're recovered.
This guy doesn't just crawl into a bed. Like that's.
I thought Jessie
bed.
might.
I haven't seen her crawl
I would like to
into a bed.
Okay.
But it's the things that she says, the expressions that she makes, the tone of her voice, it all communicates deep empathy.
Are you saying you're a sociopath?
No, I'm saying I have feelings of empathy.
Yes.
I have difficulty expressing feelings of empathy. Those are two different things. So maybe all I need to do is I need to hold on to some of this stuff, and whatever one is the best is the one that I need to then take to the next.
Always have one on you.
And I don't want to carry a candle. Maybe something that's easy to hold on to.
This one's weird because it says God twice, but badass once. And I still think badass is a bad word.
You still think that?
I still think that. I think it became not a curse word at some point. Like, that's badass. But for me,
you think ass is a bad word?
Yeah. I still think ass is a naughty word.
Well, so
I wouldn't say it on a candle alongside God. I'm just not putting God and ass in the same sentence. I feel really uncomfortable right now, like you are in a hospital.
But it's not talking about God's ass. That would make you feel uncomfortable. It doesn't say anything about that.
Yep, but that made me feel uncomfortable too.
Well, Moses saw God's ass.
Oh, he did.
Have you not seen that passage?
The Ten Commandments.
Have you not seen that episode of the Bible?
Well, in the Ten Commandments, he does pass. He's in the cleft of the rock.
Yeah, he passes by the backside.
Yeah, Moses saw God's ass.
Moses saw God's ass, and lived to talk about it.
Yeah, so I take it back. This is not going to be highly ranked, so I'm putting it over here.
Now this is interesting because I could wear these to the visit. Oh, that would have been cool.
Yeah, do that. That would have been cool. Try
Let me
again.
see if I can do it again. That's almost cool. If you can read this, give me the good meds.
Oh, so it's like toes up.
Mmm.
But okay, so this is the gripper on the gripper slipper. I understand.
Give me the good meds.
So you're walking on these.
Yes.
Oh man, like these gripper slippers really give me flashbacks to like being in the hospital.
When have you been in the hospital on gripper slippers?
Well, I remember when Lily had her back surgery, she was in these, and that was like, I just remember seeing them. I think when you were in the hospital, you had on the gripper slippers. There's just something about seeing a friend in the hospital with his long legs hanging and his feet coming out of the bottom, and he's got the gripper slippers on. I was sad for you, dude.
Well, speaking of that, I feel like I should address something. I see people, I don't read a lot of comments these days, but I have gotten word that there are people in the comments who are worried about me and say things like, I really think that Rhett's heart is probably worse than he let on.
Or they didn't hear, they heard about it later or through comments, not through you talking about it on the podcast.
Yeah, and so
last year.
This is a good time for me to tell you that. So what I was dealing with was intermittent AFib, right? So this is like your heart, it doesn't beat normally from time to time. Some people live with this for their entire lives. There's 95-year-old people that have this condition. It's not directly life-threatening, but you kind of want to get it taken care of because especially when you get older, if your heart's not beating in a sinus rhythm, you have a higher propensity to get a stroke, right?
Are you puppeting?
I'm doing this as a puppet show.
Can you puppet the rest of this medical update?
And here's the thing. They have a very effective and simple procedure. They actually don't even call it surgery. They call it a procedure where they go in and they do a little electric things to your heart and cauterize a few things. That it's called an ablation.
You want this one?
And it's super simple. It was a what do they call it? Day surgery? Outpatient. They put you under and give you a day surgery.
Day surgery. It's like a day spa.
I haven't had one episode of AFib since September.
So
I'm all good, y'all.
Even if you did have subsequent episodes,
it's not like I'm going to die because I have it.
In the months following, that would have been an acceptable thing. But
you're more, in fact, about 50% of people who, during the healing period, which is about 3 months, which I'm out of now, will have more episodes of it. But that's not an indication necessarily that you're going to keep having them. However, if you don't have any episodes during the healing, it's a really good indication that you're set for a really good long time. So maybe maybe a year or 10 years from now or 20 years from now, I'll have another episode and then they can go in and they can do the same procedure, which 10, 20 years from now, it'll be even less invasive than it was.
Yeah.
So anyway, don't worry about me, guys.
You probably want to have to
I'm not saying I'm not going to die, but it's probably not going to be related to that. It might be this guy stabbing me in the neck or something by accident.
True.
So everything's cool.
So we're ranking these pretty high because if you're in the hospital, it gives you a better gripper slipper with a little joke on it, and hey, you might get some good meds out of it.
Yeah, and
speaking of meds, grab those look like pills.
Get well capsules.
So you give.
Oh, I know what these are. You drop these in the water. You do not take them. Drop them in the water, and they turn into dinosaurs and stuff, right?
No. It's a chewable.
Does it have a flavor?
Cellulose.
I don't think we're doing this right. Chase, you strike me as someone who's good at a hospital setting.
All you do.
Yeah, I've unfortunately had a lot of experience. I think it's just the size of my family. There's always someone having a procedure or something. But yeah.
But you're pretty good at like saying empathetic things to people.
Yeah. Empty platitudes is what I built my personality on.
Yeah, empty platitudes was your nickname in high school.
Wow. So you don't what? Just give Rhett one empty platitude that he can have in his back pocket with these socks whenever he goes to see somebody.
Please.
Yeah. So you could say something like, "You'll get through it, man," and then like a nice little pat on the back.
Pat on the back, but not too hard.
Not too hard. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
I find like a gentle squeeze on like your foot or your like leg, bottom of your leg, just like a little pat. Like, okay, I don't know if you like physical touch, so just a tiny little something.
A gentle squeeze on the bottom of the leg. You're talking about the calf or under the thigh?
Not the thigh.
No, not the thigh.
Under the leg?
Chase gently touched me when he said that, and to like act it out. I think we need to rethink this.
Chase, well, what about these?
Keep
fighting, keep believing, and soon you'll be back to your vibrant self. These are things you can say.
That's a little long.
You open these.
How about this? Be a warrior, not a warrior. You're stronger than you know.
Yeah, that's actually something I do say to my family and friends with anxiety.
Yeah, be a
You gotta be a warrior,
not a
man.
warrior.
Don't be a warrior.
Of course, I can't really say. They sound the same to me. Those words. Warrior, 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 warrior.
Sending you vitamin C for a speedy recovery, courage, cheer, and comfort.
I'd never say that to somebody in person. I'm gonna find one that I would say to somebody and see if I can pass it off as normal. Here we go. Feel better. Remember, laughter is the best medicine after antibiotics, of course.
Okay, but that should have made them laugh.
Yeah, it did.
I gave you a pity laugh. May you bounce back to health like a boomerang, swift and sure. Kind of cheesy. I think you need to write your own. This isn't for you.
If
dude.
we did eat this, what would happen?
Not too much.
Oh,
It's,
I think
it's,
it'd be
it's
fine.
paper. It's fine.
Let your spirit shine bright even on tough days. They suck.
Yeah, these kind of suck.
I need something that like is meaningful and will like make me seem like a good person.
I think if you capsule these with your own handwritten ones, that would just be, I mean, that would be through the stratosphere. Every day you fight is another day you're not dead. See, some of them are a little distasteful. Every day you fight is another day closer to victory.
That's better.
That's a little better.
Trust in the process and know that better days are on the horizon. I mean, there's a version of that. Like, I do say things like, hey man, you're gonna get through this. You're gonna get through this.
Yeah, that's good.
You know?
And
Yeah,
I'm
that's
here
solid.
for
That's
I'm
way
here
better
for you.
than any of the ones that are written down.
I'm here for you.
Anything you need. Anything you need, unless it's, Monday through Friday between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m.
When I'm at work.
Honestly, I think the best thing to say at the hospital is to the significant other of the person, just see if they need some food, and
Yeah.
then just be there. You
bring
don't need
them
to
food.
fill
Bring
the empty
food. I
space.
love when people bring me food.
We have a T-shirt.
Oh, I love this. At least
At least you're not
dead. At least
idiotic noise.
Tick-toe.
It's not-
It's least.
At least it's not cancer.
Well, unless it is.
At least it's not
X.
syphilis. Syphilis.
At least it's. What if it is syphilis?
Yeah, check to see if it's syphilis first, but then this is great.
Syphilis.
Laughter is the best medicine besides antibiotics. So
I like that one.
yeah, I like that.
Is it my size? Where it is.
You're gonna
Tank?
wear it in there?
Yeah.
It doesn't even have a size.
Oh,
printed
one
on it.
size fits all. Okay.
Yep, you can have that one. All right, we've got a blanket here.
Okay.
I want to do the same thing. How's this work? Haven't read this yet. How does this work? Okay.
How bad is syphilis these days?
I'm gonna
those
need
of
your
you
help.
who are on the apps. Is syphilis bad?
We're
these
taking
days?
a poll back here.
What are the young people dealing with in terms of STIs these days? It's super gonorrhea. I heard about that.
There's one that is it puts spots on you, right?
Measles? No, that's not an
I
STI.
don't know. Why isn't anyone speaking up about their STI experience?
Well, we're planning a match the crew for next week, and we'll give it away.
Because of HIPAA. I'm not saying what have y'all got. I'm just saying what y'all looking out.
So you
for.
have an STI, you just don't want to talk about it, Michaela?
Ew.
Ooh,
There's nothing wrong with it.
Touched, so
okay.
Yeah, I would never grab the underside of Michaela's leg in the hospital just to give her some comfort.
You don't like to be touched.
yeah.
Yeah, well, you're safe that way.
I have follow-up questions,
Yeah.
Okay.
but I'm not going to ask them
Hey,
because
the
it's HIPAA.
safest sex is no sex at all, kids.
Period.
Move your
They
mug.
teach it because it works. I don't believe that.
STI rates have fallen 3 years straight.
Well, that's because the young people aren't having sex anymore.
Except in Mississippi, they've gone up.
Yep. Everybody's moving to Mississippi.
You are special.
You are special.
Strong.
You are strong.
You are awesome.
Yeah, it's all about the different fonts.
All right.
You got to stay in the same
You
font
take your
family.
font. I'm going to take my font. Oh. What? You are licked. You are loved.
You are loved. Okay, and then you're next.
See how hard this is? We've never done it together. Why are you pulling so hard?
I'm trying to get it straight.
Yeah, go. And then I need to go higher, but you don't need to go higher.
I'm locked in.
You are not alone. You are up a little bit. You are infinity,
What?
cloud, surfboard, slift.
You are surrounded?
So you are surrounded. Come out with your hands up.
What does that say? Go up.
Sub.
You are supported.
Supported.
You are supported? Why is that the biggest one? Now, what you got working on there on that side, you are tough.
You are tough.
You are brave.
Brave. You are brave. You are warm in this blanket.
Couldn't it just said you are at the top and then all these words?
You are courageous.
It's a little repetitive.
Okay.
You are.
Still going.
At the fold here.
Your
Worth a fight?
lair, you are a fight.
You are a fighter.
Tough.
That's the second tough. We've already repeated ourselves?
Your touch. No, it's touch. You are touch.
You are worth it. Worth?
You are special.
We're already back to you are special and strong?
Well,
You
They
are awesome?
did you are a lot because they needed filler and they still needed to repeat
Yeah,
themselves.
you are a fighter.
Crazy.
This sucks, y'all.
but
I'm not giving that to anybody.
it does feel good though.
It's very soft.
It feels good.
Okay, I don't know about this one, but it looks like a pickle.
In a bag that holds wedding rice.
I will say one of the things that all in the course of about a year or so, I got a colonoscopy and I went to the hospital for my heart thing. And I will say I had what I would call a phobia of hospitals. I hated hospitals. I hated being there. I don't like walking around them. I don't like the smell. But I feel like being at those two experiences, I was kind of like, also the fear of going under, because I had to get anesthesia for both of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And I had this worry that I was going to wake up in the middle of both. I did wake up in the middle of colonoscopy, but that's because we told the doctor to wake us up so we could be funny. But I had a fear of waking up in that procedure because we have a friend who was getting the same thing done essentially. And he woke up and he looked up on the TV and he saw a thing going towards his heart
worm.
through his vein. And he was like, ah, and they realized he was awake and they gave him some more stuff. Anyway, I lost my fear of that.
Yeah, because you received the care that made you feel strong.
Wishing you a delightful recovery. Just deal with it a day at a time and you'll be back in a pickle. That doesn't make any sense. Back in a pickle.
That's bad.
You
That's
can be
wrong.
back in a jiffy, but
That's
back in a
that's
pickle
the opposite.
means it's going to recur.
You don't want. Yeah, you don't want to say that. You and what does it smell?
It does
like?
not smell like a pickle. It did have this up its butt though.
It is nice that if you handmade this yourself, if you're one of those, if you're a crocheter or a knitter, if you're one of these people that can make these things, this is a fun thing to make yourself. And then you'll be out of this pickle in no time, is what it should be.
I think this is my favorite one so far because it's like a confusing pun that like I would think was funny and then I'd say it out loud and you guys probably wouldn't laugh. And then one person in the comments would be like, you know what? That was a weird dill pickle joke, Jace. I like it.
Right.
So this one's singing my language.
But you wouldn't find it because you don't read the comments.
No. I usually just like wait for somebody to send me a comment.
Okay,
I'll text it to me.
Giving somebody a joke that's difficult to figure out gives them something to be distracted by. You know, if they're in pain and be like, here, figure this out. Make sense of this joke.
Yeah, okay.
So I think that can be distracting.
So a riddle.
Now, is this a Pokemon?
Yeah, right. That's a Pilkymon.
No.
That is a... It's a happy pill. It says that on it. He's happy
Okay.
for a long time.
That's like, okay. If it does that again,
Same thing again. It's like the pill is eating a kid that's on laughing gas. There's a child inside of that pill.
man, put this just out of reach next to somebody's hospital bed
Yeah. And
with
then
a little
keep
thing
pressing
that
it.
keeps pressing it. Yeah, this is not great.
Can I say? Oh yeah, put it. You gonna put it in the sock? What? Oh no! What? What do you do? Oh! 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 I agree though. It seems harsh, but I really do agree. I just think it's a bit annoying. So you gotta put these pills in their places.
It's very well constructed.
Yeah, it is. There's nothing you can do.
Oh.
Nope. You lose. It's over.
That is how you stop it, though.
Eventually. Get your food fix on the Mythical Kitchen channel now.
Do you think there's a world in which we could sort of combine the two greatest shows in the world, which is Mythical Kitchen and Chris Angel's Mind Freak?